soon as I started making elephants, something made sense to me. I'd struggled with vessels for years, and I think part of the problem with the vessel is that it's empty. I did a short course in picture book making for kids because it was something I could do at home in scraps of time that I would have. One of the first exercises we were told to do, what's your favourite animal? And I thought, what are you talking about, a favourite animal? I'm a grown up. I don't have a favourite animal. Maybe I had one in the past, I don't have one now. And I got to thinking about it, and I started off thinking, I'll just go with giraffe because visually they're comic, they're good for a kid's book. And I thought, actually no, I think I might prefer elephants. And the more I got to know about elephants, the more I understood them, the different branches of the family. I got to know all about how they communicate, how they feel, how they suffer, they grieve, they behave in so many ways in line with the good things that people do, not necessarily the bad things. So to me, they came to represent goodness, the positive elements of human kindness. As soon as you start working with something that looks like something else, and that something else in this case is something very similar in lots of ways to people, but they don't go around killing each other. They're a blunt instrument in a way. So when people are doing things that are not ideal, not nice, you have a big lump of elephant, which isn't necessarily a very big lump of clay, but it's a blunt instrument. You can point out stupid things that people are doing via the vehicle of an elephant, and that's one of the attractions. If an elephant's doing something which is physically or for whatever reason in terms of gravity not achievable because of its enormous size, that's a very useful tool for pointing out that things aren't as they ought to be, but in a gentle, jovial kind of a way. So I work in some ways that are very direct. So I will have a little ball of clay and make an elephant from it. It will be stained grey stoneware. And then there are other ways that are less direct. So I'll make bowls or little vessels, which I turn upside down and use them as platform. The slab elephants came about because I was trying to find a way to make something that looked enough like an elephant to be recognisable, but didn't rely on padding and being filled full of something which you would then have to burn away during firing. I think if you're not a people person in this environment, then you do steer towards making because that's your way of speaking. It wasn't I desperately needed to stand out, it's just that if I was going to spend my time making something, then it needs to say something somehow. Why do you put time and effort into speaking? It's about communicating, and if you're not a natural communicator, not a people person, then your vehicle is what you make. You put time and effort into it because I would like to think that what I've got to say is relevant to somebody. It's definitely frustrating times that we're living in, absolutely, but I'm not going to change the world via a selection of stoneware elephants. But I will be able to say I disagree.